Highschool DxD is better than Attack on Titan. Wait, let me explain. Guys, many of us grew up watching shows like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z and whatnot, but remember when we used to look at Tsunade's knockers like this? Well, that's what made me fall in love with anime. But as I grew older, my tastes changed. I was more mature, and that's when I found the beauty of anime girls. They were fascinating, everything from their luscious silhouettes to their big round eyes and their great personalities. They had me drooling. Never mind that. All in all, I was drawn by them, and that led me down a very, very dark path. I lost many friendships during this time. I even lost the respect I had for myself, all because of my search for the perfect Gooner anime. With my life in shambles and having a plethora of animes under my belt, it got me thinking, what is it that really makes a good Gooner anime? But before we get into that, if there are any of you who may doubt my expertise in the matter, I would like to inform you that I sat down and watched over 30 Gooner animes for research purpose only, of course, such as HighschoolDxD, quintessentialquintuplets, More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers, and many more. So sit tight and enjoy the ride. So, based on my research, I concluded that in order to make a good Gooner anime, you're gonna need these few things. Some toilet paper, some type of lube. Oh, sorry, I'm reading off the wrong list. What I meant to say was, first of all, you're gonna need some schoolgirl outfits. Wait, wait guys, I know what I said might sound controversial, but let's face it, animes that are set in a high school are just superior to everything else. I mean, where else can a dark psychology major guy who thinks he's a Sasuke acquire in a harem full of girls other than the school cafeteria? Moving on to point number 2, the MC. For this role, we need someone who is endowed in the art of gooning. Someone who has fought many battles in the jerkmate battlefields. In fact, a high-ranked jerkmate pro, who is not only mysterious, but also knows dark psychology since he was 4 years old. A Sasuke wannabe who is a master of manipulation, who through his journey will fall and fail again and again. Someone who has to persevere through God's hardest challenges. And as you may know, God only gives his hardest challenges to his toughest warriors. Now that we have our MC, we can move on to my favorite topic. Gentlemen, we have finally arrived at the most important part of this video, the make or break for many animes, something that can take your anime to the top of the charts of the Rule 34 leaderboard. And this is the baddies. They come in all sorts of ways. Big boobs, huge boobs, ginormous boobs. Anyways, you get what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of variety when it comes to this matter, but being serious, whilst we'll stay for the plot, what draws you in is that fine piece of 2D meat. Being honest here, it's really hard to fuck up this part. As long as you have a dumb, clumsy girl with zero personality and good jiggle mechanics, and you manage to bring in all of these factors together, then you'll be able to create the female MC. But wait guys, a good Gooner anime doesn't have only one girl. It has to have an assortment of waifus to appease the likes of the masses, such as the childhood friend. Oftentimes, this is the character with whom the MC has the most chemistry and spends 98% of the screen time with, only for him to end up choosing the other girl.
Like, what do you mean, Taki? You had Hina all over you and you ended up choosing that fucking short-haired Shinatsu. Like, are you retarded or something?
Anyways, these characters often spark a lot of wars in the battlefield that is the anime subreddit. This is a place filled with remarkable individuals who are well versed in the arts of arguing and complaining about everything that crosses their mind. With the main core created, along with the setting, you may be wondering what's missing. Well, now we are only missing a few things. And these are the fat best friend who works as a comedic relief and loves children.
Maps of where all the little girls live in town, complete with their parents' work schedules.
Okay, that part might not be necessary. Furthermore, we also need to appease the fine taste of our audience. And for that, we need the lolly. A character who looks like she is 13 or even younger and dresses up in questionable ways, but according to anime logic, she's 300 years old. I know, you guys might question my line of thought, but these are all just stats that I achieved through my extensive research. Guys, don't hate the player, hate the game. In this anime, the loner MC does absolute shit, and somehow he manages to get the baddest, most popular girl in school, with his super great personality. Lastly, we need a title for our masterpiece, and I was thinking something along the lines of Finding Love. Nah, that shit's whack. This name is better. Guy who is low-key in love with some girls in his class, eats sushi for lunch, and then takes a nap in order to fight with the final boss to upgrade his love skill to level 9000, and then goes back to school and realizes that he was the strongest aristocrat reincarnated as a freaky beaver. Yeah, that sounds good. In addition to this, if you add a good opening like this one I made, then you're set.
Let's go. I'm singing for y'all. Don't you notice how I get quiet when there's no one else around? Me and you in awkward silence. Don't you dare look at me that way. I don't need reminders of how you don't feel the same.
As you can see, we have finally managed to build a perfect Gooner anime from the ground up. An anime that will add absolutely nothing new to the anime genre and spark just enough controversy to stay relevant for a couple of years. With that, I hope you realized why Gooner anime is the best, and I hope you can come to understand the arduous process one has to endure in order to create one. If you guys want to use this idea, make sure to like, subscribe, and email me at guy who is low-key in love with some girls in his class, eats sushi for lunch, and then takes a nap in order to fight the final boss to upgrade his love skill to level 9000, and then goes back to school and realizes that he was the strongest aristocrat reincarnated as a freaky beaver at gmail.com.
Date bayo! This was Chimyi and I hope you enjoyed.